Your morning blitz begins now.
Get that chance. Go play for a national championship. We're going to swing as hard as we possibly can. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
On the Blitz.
Jump right in. The water's warm.
Football sucks, doesn't it?
Oh, it sucks to be a Bengals fan. It has for years because we went to a Super Bowl a couple of years ago, so that's good enough for the organization for the next 20. And I will die on the hill. We went to the Super Bowl in spite of Zach Taylor, not because of Zach Taylor. Because Zach Taylor is a dumbfounded idiot on the sidelines and has been since he's got that job. A group of high school girls could have ran through that defense last night. Couldn't stop, couldn't do anything. Made Jaden Daniels look like the second coming of Patrick Mahomes. And Troy Aikman I wanted to punch in the face. I mean, look how much fun that kid's having. I mean, it's great. Joe, it's great. He's got to make the hair plugs in your head stand right up with plays like that. Annoying. Anyway, I'm in a bad mood. We're starting the show off on a great note. How you doing, Kelly?
I am doing great.
Excellent. That's one.
You guys, have you ever seen advertised on like your Instagram or anything, wall Pilates?
Yes.
Okay.
You tried it?
No.
I tried it.
What is that?
How'd it go?
What is this?
It's wall Pilates. It's Pilates using a wall.
Yeah.
All you need is a wall.
Okay.
You don't need the expensive machine or whatever.
Can you show us?
This is just, just imagine it.
You use the wall
standing
as-
up against a wall.
You use
using
it
the
as
wall.
resistance.
I have to confess, I'm not real clear on exactly what Pilates themselves are.
All right,
I know
it's
it's
just basically-
stretching.
It's core training.
Yeah.
Okay.
So strengthening your core.
You use your own body.
Okay.
And you use the heat that your body generates, you use your own body, and then you use a form of resistance. So in Kelly's case, she's using the wall as a weight resistance.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you
All
do
right.
some standing stuff, and it'll be like push-ups, and you do like whatever. You need an instructor to to talk you through it. So I just did a free one on YouTube because I'm not going to pay for it unless
Sure.
I know if it's like helpful. So I did one for beginners, and I feel it this morning.
Did you like it?
No, I hate working out.
Okay.
But I thought, it's basically maybe the laziest workout I could find that would actually do something for me. So I'm going to keep with it. I might buy, if you can buy a 28-day class, I think you can.
Yeah.
I might do that.
Go for it.
I haven't worked out in years.
I found a dude that did boxing on the internet, on the YouTube during the pandemic because
Yeah.
when you couldn't go anywhere or do anything. I'm like, I can't just sit here and eat all day and not do anything. So I had to find something to do, but it's not bad. I mean, the only thing I had is like that. If you do the ad free, you're in the middle of a workout, the ad starts
That
playing.
happened to me like 5 times
It's
during the
annoying.
workout.
It's
It's a
annoying.
28-minute workout, and I kept having to skip the ads.
Yeah.
I'm like, good night. I'm in a weird position here. Thanks for the ad. Yes, that's exactly what my experience was. That's why I think I'll purchase the class.
Hell no, I'm not paying for the ad free version.
Right. So if anybody knows of a good wall Pilates class I could buy, I like to work out on my own. I don't want anybody looking at me. I don't want anybody talking to me. I want to do it online.
You don't want to
Let
live
me
stream
know.
your workout on TikTok?
No, I don't.
That's good. You tried something new yesterday.
I
and you liked
did.
it.
Just a beginning class. That's how out of shape I am that I feel it this morning.
It's good though.
Yeah.
You've not used those muscles in a while, so
I haven't.
therefore
That's
they're
right.
waking up.
Yeah, a few more weeks, you can play defense for the Bengals.
Absolutely.
Maybe.
Hell, a few more weeks tomorrow. You worked out, you're in.
Mike said, F Zach Taylor, who day?
Yeah.
And Doug said being a Bengals fan is like being in an abusive relationship.
It is. Straight up is.
It could have been worse.
No, it couldn't have.
No. This high school football team in Alabama won their game Friday night, 44-6. The last touchdown came when the team they were playing against was backed up to their own end zone and had to punt. And so he only had very little space, and he tried to punt real fast. It went almost straight up, came down. The Alabama team caught it at the 4 and ran it in for a touch. The shortest punt return for a touchdown in history.
Oh, that was bad. Wow, I was so mad last night. So mad.
I get it, man. I know.
Yeah, but hey, don't play anybody in the preseason. They only have to practice half the time. Make sure you get it. Make sure. Hey, guys, congratulations! It's preseason. Here are this year's baseball caps. You guys put those on.
I hate football!
Yeah, and I didn't even watch Zach Taylor's post-game because I don't want to see the stupid-ass look on his face every time there's a post-game loss because he doesn't know what to say. Just fundamentally we didn't do some things. We need to work on that this week and get better. You think?
But Buffalo looked really good.
Yeah, sure did.
All right, let's get to morning.
Good thing we paid Trevor Lawrence. Jacksonville paid Trevor Lawrence $60 million a year. That's a good idea.
I told you, it's just the going rate. All right, Morning Blitz trivia, $25 to waterbeds and stuff if you're the first one who can text in the correct answer to 99700. There is a new TV game show coming that is all about this TV sitcom. There is a new TV game show coming about what TV sitcom?
Married with Children.
Be the first one to tell us. Why do you always want to shout out answers?
Yeah, keep quiet over there, man.
Sorry.
You might get it.
That is not the answer, by the way.
No.
99700.
You made that out like I was.
Be the first one to tell. I want to make sure people knew it wasn't that because you yelled it out.
No more shouting out answers, Lewis.
Sorry. The Jeffersons.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't shout that one.
You want to just go through all of them? I mean,
one day. I'm trying to remember.
Stop.
One day.
99.700.
We don't need your little quips over there, okay? You pipe down over there.
Sorry.
Quips. 99.700. First one to tell us what TV sitcom is going to be the center of a new TV game show.
Traffic Blitz.
All right.
Jeez.
I do want to mention, too, that you see how nice Thick is to Lewis when Lewis's team loses?
As
you're
he walked
so
in,
kind.
I said, dude, I'm sorry. I thought they were going to roll there.
But when
from
your
the
team
beginning.
loses, he sends you really mean memes.
I sent him a nice picture.
Yeah?
I did.
Dude,
I sent him a
last year-
picture of a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. Come on.
Did it say something mean on it, though?
Yes.
No, it
Yes.
said with a current Dallas Cowboy cheerleader with pictures from the last Super Bowl Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
Yeah, and they were like 80. Oh, last year before the season started, he sent me a meme that said the Dallas Cowboys have officially been eliminated from the playoffs. The season hadn't even started yet.
Let's just get it out of the way.
Yeah, I
You're getting
remember.
the kind treatment you don't deserve here, I think. You should be real appreciative of that.
Sorry.
Some of us like to root for our friends' teams because they're our friends and we want them to be happy.
His whole family are Bengals
Others
fans.
people are miserable. And
Every time I hear a cult of personality, I look for CM Punk to walk into the room. 6:24 on the Morning Blitz. Thick, Kelly, and Lewis. Morning Blitz trivia.
all right, the question was, there is a new TV game show coming that is based entirely on what TV sitcom?
No kidding.
Of course. What else would it be?
How's this going to work?
Well, it's going to be on Max, and they found a way to exploit the 30th anniversary of Friends with a game show. It's called Fast Friends, and it will have fans doing puzzles and games and answering trivia questions on sets from the show, like you'll see them in Central Perk, or was it Monica who had the most popular apartment?
Yeah.
Yeah. They might be in Monica's
Yeah,
apartment.
Monica and Rachel, yeah.
Production will begin next month. And
So would they be answering questions about Friends? So you have to be
Yes.
like a super fan.
yeah.
Okay,
You're gonna have to be.
okay.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to be a fan of Friends to have a chance to win.
Okay.
That could be fun.
Yeah, I guess it makes no sense to sit in Central Perk and answer questions about something else.
Right. I was reading here the couch from Central Perk that they all sat on all the
Yeah.
time just sold at auction for $30,000.
Whoa.
That couch has to be pretty worn out. 10 years of show.
Now, I will go back and watch a Friends episode if there's absolutely nothing else to watch, but I'm not a rabid Friends fan. It was like, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm me either.
I got to
Yeah.
tell you, ever since I watched the Matthew Perry interview where he talked about all of his substance abuse habits, and of course now him being passed away, those episodes look different because now, because of what he said himself, when I watch an episode, I can go, oh, that's when he was using drugs. Oh, this is when he was on the booze, because how he explained it. And the thing, he's like, when I was thin, I was on drugs. When I looked puffy, it's because I was drinking. And now you watch those episodes and go, oh, okay. He's drugging it up here. Ah.
You know what? It's
Yeah,
so funny
true.
that you just brought that up because I saw something. Oh, you guys have to tell me if this is true. I think it was on TikTok or something where Greg Brady, the guy who played Greg Brady.
Yeah.
What's his name? I forget.
I know who you're talking
Anyway, that dude, he said he was off one day. He had the day off on the Brady Bunch. And so he got high with some friends, and then they called him in because he had to shoot a scene that they really needed that day. And so he went in completely stoned and had to film this scene with his mom and dad, his show Mom and Dad.
Florence Henderson and
Robert Reed or whatever.
Barry Williams.
Barry Williams, thank you. So, and you can see him. He says he was completely high, and you can kind of see it in the scene, but you don't think of Greg Brady getting stoned on his days off.
No, not the one that comes to mind.
The movie Brady Bunch, Greg, I do.
Now you can see that. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, he's trying to get with his stepsister. So.
Oh, yeah, gross.
Yeah, it's weird now that when you see that after they say it, because I would have you never would have picked up on it before.
No,
but now that you say it, you're like,
oh yeah, he's real puffy there.
Yeah.
Matthew Perry's been drinking a bit, or something.
So it's just, but I mean, he is the one that broke it down. Like he went all into it and said, "This is when I was using this drug. This is when I was drinking heavily."
Maybe that makes the show a little more interesting to watch because I don't know. It's okay. It's not funny. It's just not one of my favorites.
Well, now because of his death too, some of the other things don't land like they did once upon a time. Especially now that you know the history, when you go, man, this guy had a drug and booze problem the whole time. So a lot of like the stuff that the jokes don't necessarily, they hit a little differently. It's weird how that works. You know, but there are friends. They are the diehards. There are people that absolutely.
I know. There definitely are. They have huge fans. But I'm with you, Kelly. It's good. It's a very good show. It's funny, but I don't think it's anywhere near as funny as like Everybody Loves Raymond or Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory, I'll give you. I was never in Everybody Loves Raymond.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that is hilarious.
I do too. I really like that show.
Oh my gosh. His brother.
I'm more of a, let's see, of course, The Office, Parks and Rec, and Modern Family. Yeah. Those might be and Seinfeld, obviously.
I like
in
Modern
the top
Family.
5.
Yeah. Modern Family was good. Seinfeld. I like Seinfeld, but I got Seinfeld. I'm too young for Cheers.
It was really funny.
I mean, I know what it is at the bar.
Yeah.
I get it, but it was just it was before my time.
All right, well, Jackson Reese from Newark was the first one to text in friends, so Jackson scores $25 to Waterbeds and Stuff.
It's the Morning Blitz.
And now it's time for I've Got Something.
Let's see if these dummies have anything worthwhile for us.
All right. Who's got something first?
I do.
What do you got?
Have you guys ever wanted to go, do you ever wish you could go to a water park and go down water slides without getting wet?
That defeats the purpose.
Huh. Don't you just go to a regular park and do that?
Well, can you go to a regular park and go at that speed down a water slide?
What's the end game there?
Yeah, you'll hurt yourself.
That's a good question. What do you end up on when you do that?
Well, because you got to land in
maybe
something.
Like some sort of cotton tub or something. I don't know. But this is happening in Columbus.
Oh.
We are getting a waterless water park.
Okay. I mean, I like the idea of not having to wear a bathing suit in front of God and everyone.
I thought you might like it. Slides, tubes, funnels, and you don't get wet. It's Columbus's first waterless water park. It's coming to the Polaris area. It's Denver-based. It's called Slick City Action Parks, which was founded in 2021. And it will open at 1170 Polaris Parkway. The action park utilizes inventors and patents they created new technology that allows guests to travel down slides at the same speed they would at water parks. Gary Schmidt invented the Slick Slide and brought a new and exciting concept to the adventure park industry. Again, they are patented. Also, climbing activities, many go-kart tracks.
Wait a minute. Okay, go on.
An air court for parkour tricks, a barrel roll, and more. Right now, Slick City has action parks in Denver, Houston, and Peoria, Arizona, as well as St. Louis. Their website shows there's 15 more under construction, and Columbus is supposed to open this coming spring.
Okay, I think it's at the old Bed Bath & Beyond.
That sounds about right. But yeah, so of course, it reminded me of Christmas Vacation and Clark and spreading the stuff on the sled. And, I better not do that, Clark. My hair just won't look right, or whatever he said.
And then he goes at warp speed.
Yeah.
Later, dudes.
Later, dudes.
Well, that sounds like fun. That sounds like a fun place to have, birthday parties, adult and kids alike.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
And you don't have to get all wet.
It's
You have
all
to deal
about
with a bunch of wet
you know,
kids.
it's all about the experience now. It's
Yeah.
like all these malls are turning like their empty big stores, like their empty Sears stores, into experiences. Like at Polaris now, the old Sears is like it has basketball courts and I mean all kinds of stuff. It's just like,
Tuttle's got that big thing now.
right, that seems
75.
yeah.
And now I will say the Sears right now is a Spirit Halloween. I saw that Sunday.
Okay, all right. That's what the old the Vans furniture store on Gemini.
Yeah.
You know, it was open for like 5 minutes. They built an enormous store, and now it's like completely vacant. Usually every year that's a Spirit Halloween, too.
Can I turn this? I have two questions. First one, what if I were to take a mall that's out of business and open a store called Crimes with a Z, CRIMEZ, and in there it's a big experience where you learn how to jack a car on one side and you go to the other side and like, you know, knock off a 7-Eleven. Kind of like an educational thing. No?
I thought you were going the other way, how to solve crimes.
No, crimes.
I thought you were going to make this for like...
Where are we going? We're going to Crimes. What are we gonna do?
Commit crimes.
Yeah.
Without going to jail.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. Now I got you.
I'm just saying. Let's get that out of
That'd
your
be
system.
fun.
Yeah. Don't knock off a real 7-Eleven. Let's go to Crimes and pretend. It'd be fun.
Have the experience of being a robber.
Exactly. Right from my gay Hooters called balls.
This might work. You might be onto something here.
See?
This could be lucrative.
Once in a great while. My other question is, at the waterless water park, can I still wear my Speedo?
Oh, he would do that.
Sort of show up. What's up? Here at the water park.
Not if we're there.
What? It's European. Hugs in all the right places.
Jeez.
All right, I got something. The only remaining full-size Kmart in the U.S. is closing. I mean, it's an end of an era.
Where's that at?
It is on Long Island in Bridgehampton,
okay.
New York. It has plans to close October 20th. The owner is a company called Transform Co., which bought up the remaining Sears and Kmart's when they went bankrupt in 2019. So Kmart still does operate a small convenience store version of itself in Miami, but not the full line of offerings. This is the only store, the one on Long Island, that offers the full line of Kmart offerings. It is closing in October. There is a Kmart in Guam. There's a Kmart in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Guam?
Yeah. So there's no Target. There's not a Target, not a Walmart for competition. So it does really well in those areas.
That's probably the greatest store in the world in Guam.
Yeah.
It's probably really nice too, I'll bet you.
Yes. So the end of an era. I was talking with our news director earlier today about, do you remember photomats?
Yeah.
The little tiny hut, the photomat where you'd go get your film developed.
Oh, yeah.
Drive through.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, there's so many service merchandise, Woolworths, Marshall Fields, all those
That's what
old time.
That's what I
stores
posted
that are
on Facebook
gone.
yesterday for us. I said the world is littered with relics that we thought would be eternal. And it's a picture of like Circuit City, Best Buy, or Toys R Us.
Borders, Sharper Image, Warner Brothers stores.
Oh, Sharper Image. I remember that. Used to walk in that store and go, man, one day I'm going to be able to afford something in here.
Yeah. It's like Sky Mall.
It's a name brand, and it's a saving. It's a good day to be at Kmart. Kmart, we've got it and we've got it good at Kmart.
Oh, even a key change.
Was Kmart the blue light special store?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Coca-Cola slushies.
I think the first time I ever had Little Caesars was in a Kmart.
Yeah,
that
could
might be. Yeah. They had a jewelry department and everything in Kmart. I mean, they sold it. That was like a Walmart. It really was the original Walmart.
Like they had layaway
Yeah.
back in the day. I got something, but Mike thinks I'm on to something with my crimes thing. I could
Yeah.
do lock picking classes.
Yeah.
It's a great idea. I need to patent this before somebody steals it. So if you are an officer of a public service department, we'll take the fire department, for example, you would think that you will be held to a higher standard, right? You're in the business of saving lives. Mm-hmm. Higher standard.
You're a hero. We expect you to be a hero, even in your private life.
Not everybody. On Saturday at noon, a DeSoto, Louisiana fire chief was charged with a DUI. He is 39 years old. His name is Mark McGee. He's the fire chief. He has a vehicle issued by the state, 2022 Ford F-250 pickup truck assigned to him. It is unmarked, but it does have emergency lights. And he was driving this southbound on Highway 5, veered off the road, hit a fire hydrant. Why? Well, because he was intoxicated at noon. He's now in jail. And they're waiting for his, a blood sample was submitted for analysis with an ongoing investigation.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Do you remember, you won't remember this, but way back in the day, we had a mayor in Columbus named Tom Moody.
Mayor Moody.
Mayor Moody. And he was pulled over, or he had an accident, and it was suspected that he was driving under the influence. And when asked what he was doing, he said to the officer, "I'm inspecting the city."
Yeah.
So maybe that guy down in Louisiana can learn a little thing or two from Tom Moody.
Yeah, I feel like you just gotta, at some point in time, you gotta know when to say when and not do any of that kind of stuff. Lincoln Park on the Morning Blitz, 6:52. Thick Rick, Kelly Quinn, Lewis. Scattered rain showers and thunderstorms today, cloudy, 78, so a little cooler than it was yesterday, but not by much. Not a very nice day. Yeah. Unless you're a duck. You might love it.
We need the rain, so let's celebrate.
Yeah, we definitely need the rain.
Oh my gosh, it is so crazy. You can get a day of rain and it not making any difference whatsoever in the drought.
You have not had to do your lawn. You should be thanking the sun.
I haven't had to mow much in the past several weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah, does it look...
Who cares?
I've
had to water it. I've had to water.
Yeah, we've watered too.
Yeah. Don't like that water bill, though.
Yeah.
It's almost
Good. I don't want to be your neighbor if you don't care about your lawn.
I do care about my lawn.
You better, the much bitching as you did about your own neighbor's lawn.
I care about the lawn.
Right. You got a webcam built into your
MacBook?
I do, yeah. Right?
That's how I film OnlyFans content. I might have some if you want to.
Ooh. Lewis, you better be careful, man. You haven't received any emails about somebody having footage taken from your computer's webcam that was hacked?
No, but I'd probably be okay with that.
You would?
How much we making off? Cut me in on the profit. We're good.
Well, so if you get an email that says, "Hello, pervert," and the sender... That's how it starts.
You've gotten a lot of those, haven't you, Lewis? It just
can you be more
didn't have anything to do with the webcam.
Exactly.
The sender claims to have footage of you taken from your computer's webcam.
Pervert.
That they hacked.
What's up?
And if you want to stop that footage from being shared, you must pay a certain amount of money. Says no one knows where your perversion might lead in the future, so consider this kind of deserved punishment to stop you, one scam email reads. So this is a scam going around. Cybersecurity experts at Malwarebytes warn users not to reply to these emails and not to click on any attachments. And if you need peace of mind, you can always cover your computer's camera when you're not using it.
That doesn't happen.
But yeah, so this is a hoax, obviously. But yeah, so if you get an email and the first thing you see is "Hello, pervert," just delete it.
Decide to start a new thing and maybe go Facebook Live as I'm getting in the shower.
Hello, pervert.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
The man accused of sitting with a rifle in the trees where Donald Trump was golfing earlier this month in West Palm Beach, Florida, wrote a letter stating, quote, "This was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump." A witness told investigators that this man had dropped off a box at his home months before, which contained ammunition, a metal pipe, miscellaneous building materials, tools, 4 phones, and various letters. So after this witness learned of this apparent assassination attempt, he opened the box this guy Ryan Routh dropped off. One of the letters was addressed to the world, and it said, quote, "This was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump, but I failed you. I tried my best and gave it all the gumption I could muster. It is up to you now to finish the job, and I will offer $150,000 to whomever can complete the job." Now, this guy's a nut, and he's exactly where he should be, behind bars with no bail.
I'd like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Prosecutors say they plan to charge Ryan Routh with attempting to assassinate Donald Trump And like I said, the judge has ordered Routh to remain behind bars, no bail. Well, things are not great in the Middle East. The U.S. is sending additional forces there. Pentagon says it'll send a small number of troops to the region out of an abundance of caution. Tensions continue to escalate between Israel and the Iran-backed militia Hezbollah. And Lebanese officials say Israeli airstrikes yesterday killed nearly 500 people. 3 men's lacrosse players at Tufts University remain hospitalized after a voluntary, supervised 45-minute workout with a Navy SEAL graduate left them with a dangerous condition called rhabdomyolysis. It's when your muscles break down, possibly even disintegrate after a strenuous workout. And it can be life-threatening because of the potassium and the phosphate that get released into your bloodstream from broken down muscle fibers, which impact kidney function. Now, there were 50 Tufts lacrosse team members who participated in this intense workout with this graduate of the Navy SEAL training program. Initially, 9 of them required hospitalization, and all but 3 have been discharged. Still 3 people in the hospital. So they're investigating this workout, and I would say it's lacrosse, man. You don't need to train with a Navy SEAL.
Okay, so where's Tufts?
I forget.
Okay, so because
Tufts University. I didn't write down the city. Sorry. It's in Medford, Massachusetts.
That's bizarre. Okay, so there's a story this morning about this woman in South Carolina that says she is done with CrossFit because she worked out so hard her arms basically exploded, and it says it's something called rhabdo.
Yeah, that's
so the
it.
same thing happened to this woman in South Carolina.
The next day when I woke up, I was really, really sore and my arms were swollen, and I thought that I was just super sore because I haven't done upper body in a while, and I especially haven't done pull-ups in a while. Like, it's been a couple years. My issue was my arms. They were so swollen I couldn't straighten out my arms all week, and my hands and fingers were starting to go numb on Friday and tingling. So
Wow.
Why are we working out this hard?
I don't know, but this can cause kidney failure and even kill
Kidney
you?
failure and kill you.
What the hell?
You all know someone who does CrossFit. You don't have to guess who they are. They'll tell you.
Yeah, they will. Hey, I'm John. I do CrossFit.
I do CrossFit.
Nice to meet you, John.
So this morning.
I literally never need to be trained by a Navy SEAL for anything in my life.
Well,
Nothing.
The one thing that I do appreciate that CrossFitters do is the Murph every year in honor of the Murph is the workout that Michael Murphy did, the lieutenant. He's in the movie with Mark Wahlberg, where the Mark Wahlberg's character's left behind, where they're in Afghanistan. But Michael Murphy is the lieutenant that was the SEAL that was the leader of that team that was over there. So every year, CrossFitters do the Murph, which is his workout, which is insane. But the other 365 days a year, you'll still know who they are because they will let you know.
You can't overdo it.
Yes.
Doug said maybe they did the same workout Kelly did. Yes, beginners wall Pilates.
Lone Survivor. That was the movie.
Oh, Lone Survivor. Okay.
Yeah, it's the one guy who survived that experience, but Mark Wahlberg played his character. Breaking Ben on the Morning Blitz. It's Thick Rick, Kelly Quinn, and Lewis 710. The Murph. I brought up the Murph Challenge real quick for those who want to know what it is. It's in honor of fallen Navy SEAL Michael Murphy. Every year this workout is done. It's a 1 mile run followed by 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then you top that off with another 1 mile run. If anybody's looking to try to do it. I think I could get through the first mile run, but after maybe 2 pull-ups, I'd be like, yeah, I'm done. I'll just be a motivational force for the rest of you. All right. So, have you guys been following this Diddy story? Kelly, I know you have a little bit.
I mean, I don't quite... yes, I have a bit. I guess I don't know who his circle is. I don't know who his people are, except I know he dated J-Lo. That is all I know about Puff Daddy.
There's a lot of stuff. I told Rick this morning. Part of the reason that the Affleck J-Lo thing happened is apparently Affleck saw some of the stuff that she was involved in, maybe even video-wise, and he was like, yeah, I'm done. See you later. Like, he wants no part of it.
I've seen video of P. Diddy and Justin Bieber when he was a kid, and that's really disturbing. That he said
Yeah.
something like, I have custody of Justin Bieber for the next 48 hours. And that Justin Bieber, didn't he sing a song about P. Diddy's parties and it basically ruined his life or something?
Oh, yeah. M&M's came out and kind of bashed Diddy a little bit. Supposedly this list consists of people like Cuba Gooding Jr., and part of the Cuba Gooding Jr. thing is he was dealing with like assaulting a woman a couple of years ago, and this all came out, but some of this is going on. There's rumors that there's LeBron James in a maid's costume at one of these parties. The list is going to read
I want that to be true.
The list is going to read pretty deep. Like, there's a lot of people in Hollywood that are going to be like, damn. But anyway, Jaguar Wright, who most of us have never heard of, claims Diddy sold a tape of one of his freak-offs on the dark web for $500 million. She also says Nicki Minaj, Justin Bieber, Drake, Rihanna, and Chris Brown were all there, which doesn't surprise me. But supposedly, there's more celebrities than just these going through. And you've got audio, Rick. We've got that coming up. We'll get more into this. But this Diddy thing, it's pretty intense.
Hello. Good morning. Let's go. Hello.
It is the Morning Blitz. Thick Rick, Kelly Quinn, and Lewis 724. The Diddler has really stepped in it. And this has been going on a while. If you're not following the P. Diddy thing, it's getting interesting because the who's who of Hollywood has apparently been at his freak-out parties, including LeBron James in a maid's outfit. Supposedly there's video of this in his league, which for all the people who want LeBron James to just shut up and play basketball, this might be the catalyst for that to happen.
Please let that be true.
Justin Bieber's name, Usher. Kelly and I were talking about this off the air earlier. Usher was caught yesterday deleting 7,000 tweets off of his Twitter.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok about it. Somebody said that all his tweets were gone, and then some came back, I guess. But, apparently he's scrubbing his account.
But he needs cash.
Usher?
No, Diddy. So he's selling these videos of his friends doing nefarious things. He's selling them on the dark web.
I don't know why Diddy would need cash. Diddy's got plenty of money. But
he's probably spending a lot on legal fees.
Luke was saying, listen to the Cat Williams interview with Shannon Sharp. He's talking about how many celebrities that had videos from these parties. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting for sure. There's definitely a lot of people that are. This goes deep.
But so you said $500 million for one freak-off video.
$500 million. A lot of people asking us about the rules to the contest. There's no way we can tell you. You have to listen to Ronnie the day before. She'll tell you a song at 4:20, and then we'll play it back. Like that's
in the 8 o'clock hour.
In the 8 o'clock hour. That's cut and dry. That's the rules.
We wait 90 seconds after the song starts. Then we start taking calls, and caller 9 wins. Simple as that.
Yep. But yeah, it's an interesting situation. One of the some of the celebrities coming out are saying he had these things called white parties. White parties, and I don't mean
that's pretty popular. That's the Hollywood elite love a white party where everybody comes dressed in white.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's not a racist thing.
No, I didn't figure it was.
Okay.
I figured there was something to it that wasn't about race.
But supposedly Leonardo DiCaprio was one of the guests of honor at all these white parties. And
that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. They're pretty high-profile, normal parties compared to the freak-offs. Nobody is implicating anything just because they attended them, but this is where Matthew Broderick, Sarah Jessica Parker, the Kardashians, Paris Hilton, Howard Stern.
All went to these parties?
Yeah, Leo, J-Lo, Regis Philbin, Martha Stewart.
But these were the white parties.
Not the freak-offs.
This wasn't the freak-off.
These were the white parties. But there's still apparently footage of stuff that went on at these things. So I don't know. A lot of people are going now trying to find pictures of people with Diddy. Again, this is like Jared from Subway.
Right.
20 years ago, if you took a picture with Diddy, not a big deal because none of this stuff came out. I mean, I'm nobody and I've got a picture with Diddy.
To me, this seems like a Harvey Weinstein thing. Everybody knew what was going on and nobody would say anything.
This is true.
All right, so this girl Jaguar Wright, that's her name, that talked about this video that he is selling on the dark web.
Why would he sell his tapes on the dark net? He's selling it because he needs the cash. The last freak off tape that just got sold on the dark net, which I know because I monitor, went for $500 million. It had multiple stars in it. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Drake. It was a really interesting night in Calabasas, and he just sold that footage.
How come you think it doesn't get leaked to the public?
The dark net?
Yeah.
Because of the dark coin. Most people don't even know that the dark coin exists, but that's how they're trading for all of the flesh they sell.
Wow.
Which is why I became so outraged last year when the twins turned 16 and he had them dressed like prostitutes and then he auctioned them off as NFTs because the NFT that he sold them to was attached to that dark coin. It was like a promissory note to sell his daughters to the highest bidder.
What? Yeah. It's pretty messed up.
What?
And supposedly...
His own daughters?
Oh, yeah.
Well, okay, this is some random person.
Yes,
so you
yes,
can't
right.
take this as the Bible.
No, it may not be true, but if it is, what?
No, what's happening now is there's a lot of stuff that got hidden over the years, like when the whole shooting incident with Jennifer Lopez back in the day.
Oh yeah,
supposedly she brought the gun for him, and he did the shooting, and the guy that went to prison took the fall for him because you didn't want to be out of Diddy's circle. Because he's been into some shady stuff for years and years and years. And again, guy's got a lot of money. You don't make that kind of money by being a nice guy. That's just the way America works. Sorry. Like, it's just, I mean, again, you can take the evangelical preachers, right? For years, they were considered, they're at the right hand of God, helping people out. Nah, they're getting rich off you. Some people just don't want to believe it.
You know, again, we talk about it. Everybody's got a phone in their hand. The internet's forever. The dark web is there.
Right.
And this stuff, man, it will once it's on video, man, it's going to come back to get you.
Yeah, and I think supposedly this is kind of like on par with what's on the Epstein list. Like only
that's what it sounds like.
Instead of like, politicians, this is like high profile Hollywood elite. So
we'll have to see where this goes.
Cool on the Morning Blitz, 741. I'm Lewis. That's Thick Rick. She's Kelly Quinn. That was not your song for multiple reasons. One, it's not after 8 a.m. And two, just listen to Ronnie. It will make life so much easier. 420 every day. She will hook you up. She'll tell you exactly what you need to know. She's not going to lie to you.
No, I was in the bathroom right when she said it.
Keep it 100, as the kids say.
100. 100.
Everybody's all in on my crimes idea, by the way.
It's a great idea, man.
Mike said you can have a felony and a misdemeanor section.
Now, this is, if you weren't listening, you wanted to get one of the mall stores.
Kelly was talking about
down.
Every mall that's been closed down. They've taken stores in there and they put them in an experience. And I said, well, I want to open Crimes, which is a place where you can go to learn how to knock off a 7-Eleven or carjack or do whatever, but legally, because you're not really hurting anybody. Get it out of your system. Have a purge room.
Love it. Love it.
Great idea.
We'll get a place in there to have eating contest.
Maybe. Eating, speaking of this, you saw this yesterday. 10-pound cinnamon roll. I was trying to think how big a 10-pound cinnamon. That's a lot of carb.
It looks like a full-size cake.
Yeah, there's a picture of it on our Facebook wall if you want to check it out.
But I just want the middle.
Well, yeah, of course.
Well, you don't want the edges? I thought you were an edge
usually you eat the edges.
Do you believe it? I'm a middle cinnamon roll person.
I agree.
Wow.
Yeah.
Soft, gooey.
It's the best part.
Yeah.
So the edges of the brownie.
You can have the edges of the cinnamon roll. No, because it gets too
on the brownie.
dry.
This thing looks like a tire on a car.
It does.
Like, it's massive. Like, that's a lot of carbs.
Yeah, this thing just went viral. It's in Longview. Oh, it's in Washington. I thought it was in California. It's in Longview, Washington. Stuffy's Restaurant recently went viral on TikTok. 10 million views. It's showing off their 10-pound cinnamon roll. The owner, Glenda Dooling, said that the special menu item has been an offering for 11 years. So what happened was 11 years ago, she said they had a competitive eater come in named Jamie McDonald to contact them to see if they could double the size of, they already had a 5-pound cinnamon roll, and he wanted one that was 10 pounds, and he was going to eat it while he filmed it for his YouTube channel. Yeah, he's one of these guys. So they made him a 10-pound roll for the experiment. He ate it. He goes by the nickname The Bear, and he ate it in an hour and 15 minutes. A 10-pound cinnamon roll. And so they decided to keep it on the menu and called it The Bear. That's what the 10-pound cinnamon roll is called. and they have been serving that for 11 years now. And she said they get about an order twice a week. You have to order it in advance if you want one, and they sell about 2 a week of these.
What's the cost of that?
It did not say.
I asked because if you buy a Cinnabon, just the one Cinnabon, it's usually what, $3-4 for just the one, and that's not a pound. Like that's
right. This is only it's not like you got to make these individually, but I'm sure it's got to be 25, 30, somewhere probably between $25 and $50, I would imagine.
Dang.
But it's, I mean, you could do a whole party with a 10-pound cinnamon
Right.
roll.
Give everyone a fork. Have at it.
Like I said, it looks like a cake.
Gigantic food does not appeal
Does
to
it?
me at all.
No?
Have you ever ate a giant anything?
I recall being a kid. Do you remember Farrell's ice cream? I went to the Graceland shopping center, Farrell's ice cream, with my dad, and they had a couple of giant desserts. One was called a pig's trough, and it was basically two big banana splits in one
Trough.
sort of sundae trough. Yeah. And then there was another thing called the zoo, where they just piled in tons and tons of ice cream and toppings and all. That's meant to be shared by like 10 people. It did not, as much as I love ice cream, I could not. It was like too much, right? It was too much for my little eyes. Then we went to the Circleville Pumpkin Show, and I saw the most giant pumpkin pie ever made. And it was full of fingerprints, divots, and flies.
Yeah, I'll
and
pass on
there were
that.
flies everywhere. And it made me so ill to look at.
Okay.
It really clouded my idea of eating giant food. And then, furthermore, the Buca de Beppo gigantic meatballs always made me sick to look at.
Yeah, there's like softballs.
That's disgusting.
So, I know the Terminator is the big burger in Columbus. So I'm curious, and hold your answer, Rick, because I know you already have something you've been dying about since because you've ate a giant food, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if I have an.
You don't want to hear it now?
I want to come back. I want Blitz Nation to chime in too on our Facebook wall, or you can text us at 99700. What's the biggest food you've ever consumed in one sitting? Because I don't know that I could. I don't even if you gave me an hour and 15 now, unless you put millions or a lot of money on the line.
Right.
You're putting money on the line. I'll eat the hell out of that cinnamon roll. Otherwise, I don't know if I could do it. But have you ever consumed a giant piece of food? I'm just curious because competitive eating has become a thing. YouTube eating gluttony is a profitable business.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a contest or a speed thing, but just the biggest thing you ever
maybe
ate.
You've put down the Terminator once or twice. We're curious. You might need Dr. Feelgood if you put down a 10-pound cinnamon roll or a Terminator or something of that nature. At least some Tums. Maybe a little Pepto get you through. It's the Morning Blitz 750 with Thick, Kelly, and Lewis on a day where we'll see showers and thunderstorms and a high of 78. But we're talking about food.
Big food.
Big food. Guy ate a 10-pound cinnamon roll in about an hour and 15 minutes. So we asked Blitz Nation, what's the biggest single food item you've ever consumed? Now, you've done something. You've ate something big.
Yeah, and then I talked to somebody here yesterday, our boss, and he outdid me. But what I had was, for anybody who ever went to Damon's, the place for ribs. Mm-hmm. I miss that restaurant. I love that place. I went there specifically for the prime rib. That's what I wanted when I went to Damon's, because they had great prime rib. And they had a petite cut that was 8 ounces. They had their regular cut, which was 12 ounces. But then they had something on the menu called the main event. That was a 2-pound, 32-ounce cut prime rib. And one day I went in there and I was really hungry and I went, I'm going to do it. And I ate every bit of it, and I had the baked potato and the salad with it.
No kidding.
Yeah.
You even ate the sides.
And
well done.
I was not comfortable after that.
Did you stretch your pants?
I was like, no. I mean, I couldn't even get comfortable just sitting down in nothing. I mean, I was just like, my hands on my stomach going, why did I do that? But it was delicious. Every
Now,
bite.
wait, tell me the after effects, though. Did you feel poorly after you ate all that?
Yes, of course.
Then when your body eventually processed all of that, how was that experience?
It was a very explosive bathroom trip, let me tell you what.
TJ said Tony's in Michigan has a 1-pound BLT, and I've been to a Tony's. I've seen that on the menu. I've never ordered it.
A 1-pound BLT sounds so lame compared to what Thick Rick just described.
Yeah, but I saw people that have cooked their own steak and can't move after one of my roommates did it and like could not move, like had to take his shirt off during the eating process because it was getting to him, because it was like a 25 pound piece of steak or whatever, ounce piece of steak.
But 1 pound, a 1 pound BLT. Can you imagine how much bacon is on a 1 pound?
I can.
Because the L doesn't weigh anything.
Yeah.
So most of the weight's coming in the B, right?
I can definitely.
Aldous on our
Imagine.
Facebook wall said a 2 pound London broil steak cooked medium.
Okay, so that's equivalent to my.
That's you.
Yeah. Now, our boss, Kelly, said he had a 48-ounce porterhouse and ate it all. That's a 3 pound steak.
Wow. That is a lot of meat.
Gosh.
Somebody texted in they ate a steak and shake 7x7, which I had to look up what that was. It's 7 burger patties and 7 slices of cheese on a hamburger.
7 slices of
7.
cheese.
College me and my roommate would literally sit down on Sundays for football Sunday, order a large Papa John's pizza a piece, and eat the whole damn thing.
Sure.
I couldn't do that now if I had to.
JC said the largest food I ever ate, the Super Philly sub from Submarine House. They have a 16-16 challenge. The Super Philly sub weighs in at 5 pounds, and I destroyed it in 5 minutes. Wow.
That's insane.
The 5 minutes is the insane part.
Did you see this? Luke said something about the 40-ounce tomahawk steak.
Yeah.
3.5 pounds, and even him and his girlfriend could not eat it. The 2 kids together could not eat it all.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that's like having a giant roast.
Brandon said a friend and I both demolished our own White Castle Crave cases. That's 30 burgers apiece while watching a Band of Brothers marathon.
Oh,
Did you already read that?
No.
Oh, okay. I was afraid I was repeating you. Somebody said, I'm definitely with Kelly. Just the thought of eating so much is nauseating. I don't know how professional eaters and mukbangers do it.
They train their stomachs.
Oh, my gosh.
Justin Blythe on our socials said, I had a good-sized steak burger at the Indy 500 a couple of years ago. Also at Incarceration had the largest bacon barbecue burger I've ever seen in my life, and both were amazing.
Justin Blythe. Haven't seen Justin in a while. What's up, dude?
I can't do it. Like, I wish I could. And again, I got a dad bod. I still can't do it. Like, I cannot sit there. Like, last night, I tried for the first time. I tried a Pizza Hut melt for the first time, and I couldn't even eat all of it. So I don't think I could sit down and competitive eat.
I know it's some of these things. Somebody said Drip Dreams in downtown Newark, the courthouse challenge, but they didn't give me any details.
Natasha says there was a pizza shop in Martinsburg that had a pizza that was 3 feet long. It took up an entire table.
I think if I were going to eat something, it would be pizza. If I was going to try to throw down some kind of...
I even did that this very week.
Did you?
Yesterday. I ate half a pizza, and I made it myself.
So proud of you.
I know. I made a huge pizza.
And then did Pilates afterwards.
And then I did wall Pilates afterwards to try to make up for it.
Well, okay, so we talked about a burger. Misty said a 12-pound Baconator pizza. Where is that? What is that? A 12-pound Baconator. It's 2 words, bacon, and then Nader is how she wrote it. I don't know if that was autocorrected for some reason. But where is that at? The 12-pound Baconator pizza.
Yeah, the Baconator.
That's a Wendy's burger.
Oh, that's a Wendy's burger?
Yeah, this is a 12-pound Baconator pizza. I don't know where that's from or what it is.
There's a pizza shop in Martinsburg that had a pizza that was 3 feet long.
Is that right? The size of a whole table?
No. Dang it. $1 in the jar.
Somebody said, where can I see the 10-pound cinnamon roll? It's on the Blitz
it's on our Facebook wall.
page. Yeah, you can go over there and check that out right now.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
How about this? A Florida father turned in his 10-year-old son after the child made a school shooting threat on Snapchat last week. Threat made about a high school just south of Tallahassee. The child was arrested. The dad brought him into the station, and he's been charged with a juvenile count of making a written or electronic threat to kill, do bodily injury, or conduct a mass shooting or an act of terrorism. So that's wild. Your 10-year-old kid. You usher him right on into the police station where he's booked and charged. That's he did the right thing. I can't imagine how hard that was, though. Or maybe that little kid is just, the dad was like, all right, man, I'm done with you. Somebody else take him off my hands. This kid's making threats left and right. But that's wild. Anyway, round of applause for that for that dad. Florida bracing for what could be the United States' heaviest hitting hurricane so far this season as an area of thunderstorms builds strength in the Caribbean Sea before potentially bringing life-threatening storm surge and hurricane-force winds to the southeast later this week. National Hurricane Center says the system will pick up pace. It's expected to intensify into Hurricane Helene as it approaches the Gulf Coast, expecting a landfall in Florida around Thursday. Well, the state of California and some environmental groups have all sued ExxonMobil yesterday in separate lawsuits, alleging that the oil giant deceived the public for a half century by promising that the plastics it produced would be recycled. Instead, the California Attorney General says that less than 5% of the plastic is able to be recycled into another plastic product in the U.S. So all of the plastic that we so dutifully put in our recycling bins ends up in a landfill anyway. You might as well just throw it in your regular trash because it cannot be recycled. The reason is because there are 7 grades of plastic, and those plastics need to be separated out into those 7 grades. And most of those grades of plastic, it costs way more to recycle them than it does to get the money from the separate parts that it's recycling. It's all about money, basically.
Right, of course.
It's too expensive for them to recycle it, so they don't. They don't even have any means to do it. So it's, basically we've been fooled, and ExxonMobil's being sued over that. And it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Those are your 3 things.
8:10 on the Morning Blitz. Stick Rick, Kelly Quinn. I'm Lewis. Good morning. Some showers and some rain. 78 today. Gloomy Tuesday. Just a Tuesday. Nothing else.
There's something else.
What's that?
New tune from Linkin Park. They did a show Sunday in Hamburg, Germany. You know, the new version of Linkin Park.
Yes.
And during their encore, they did a song called Heavy is the Crown.
Daughtry?
No. It's a completely different song. But it will be on their forthcoming album, From Zero. And they also revealed that the song will serve as the official anthem for the League of Legends World Championship, which is going on now through November. That's, by the way, it's an online multiplayer arena battle game, if you're not familiar, and the World Championship is taking place right now. The song, Heavy is the Crown, will actually be released today at 11 a.m., but I got a clip from what they did live just to give you a little taste of the song here. So that is their new tune, and we'll get the whole produced album cut at 11 a.m. today.
I like the new sound.
I do too,
people
man.
Are 50-50 on it, but
a lot of people have the whole Chester thing going on, and I get that. But when you just talk about how they sound now and like the new tune that we're playing, people like it. They like how it sounds.
Yeah, Yeah, I can't hate them. I just can't.
So, yeah.
But did you run that song by
Chester's mom?
Chester's mom.
Oh, good question. Good question. Where's
I
she
shouldn't
stand on
say
this?
I should be careful because I know that she's she lost her son,
I know.
and it's very important to her. But I do think it's a little bit of a stretch to think that the band needs to run things by her first.
Yeah, she's afraid that they're trying to kill Chester's memory. I don't think
but that's
anybody
never going to
wants-
happen.
No, and nobody wants to do that. So, but yeah, I get it. She is a grieving mom.
Same thing with the son. No offense, dude. Don't have to ask your permission for anything. Unfortunately, it is what it is.
It's the Morning Blitz.
It's time for another edition of Normal or No.
All right, it's the Morning Blitz 824, and congratulations. Living Dead Girl was the song that Ronnie told you to listen for, and by God, there it was. Just played just a second ago.
And we waited 90 seconds.
We did.
Until we started taking calls. And the 9th caller was Josie Lieb. She is from Blacklick, and she is very excited right now.
Carl, I know this is the song for Sonic, but I'm not sure what else I need. Nothing. You just needed to call in.
So you listen to Ronnie today at 4:20, and she'll let you know what song to listen for tomorrow morning in the 8 o'clock hour.
Absolutely. And then when you hear that, then you want to be the correct caller. That's how it works.
Yep.
It's that easy.
And we're waiting 90 seconds into the song so that the people online who are hearing in delay have the same chance as everybody else.
Have a chance. All right. Normal or nope?
All right. So I got an email from a listener who, wanted to propose a normal or nope.
Oh, great.
So I went, okay, we'll do this one. This came from Steve Reynolds, and he said normal or nope, left and right socks. Left and right socks, and I said, that's a great one. Do you do this, or do you know somebody? And he wrote back, he said, my girlfriend did it when we met. She stopped it because I made fun of her. I guess I was a Richard.
I'm not sure. Do you mark them?
Some of them have it. I have socks that have an L on one.
Are you serious?
Swear to God.
I didn't even know they
have a
existed.
little L on one and an R on the other.
For real?
Now, if I don't have the L or R, it's free game. I'll put them on whatever foot is there. But if there's one, I cannot have the L on the right foot knowing that it's...
If it's marked. Yeah, you're not going to disobey the sock rules.
Absolutely. The sock is telling me what foot it's supposed to be on. Why am I bucking that system?
Right. You have a bad day if you put that L on the R.
Absolutely. I got enough L in my life. I don't need to mess it up anymore.
I mean, I'm going to say nope, only because I have never heard of anybody ever in my life doing left and right socks.
I mean, I guess you're going through your socks and just marking them, right? So that you make sure that you wear that sock on the same foot every time.
Yeah. Does it start to get shaped like that foot? Is that a thing? I didn't know socks would hold a shape, I guess, other than what they originally come as.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a creative way.
And I'm not shaming anybody for it. I just never heard of it.
There's something called, I'm just looking at, northsole.co, men's anatomical socks. Individual socks for right and left foot.
See? That's hilarious to me.
These things a pair of socks are $25 from this company.
Oh, I don't have it like that. I got cheap Nike socks that have the L and the R on them. So here's a question. What's the threshold? What's your threshold of a sock? Like for me, if I have a hole in the bottom, let me check because I might. Okay, no, I don't. I had to check. If I have a hole on the bottom of my sock, there's a good chance that I might still use that sock for a while.
If they're like your good socks, like your comfy socks, one little hole in the bottom is not going to deter me.
The bottom doesn't do it, but if I have a hole in the toe area, done, chucked, gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or if the sock gets stretched out in any way.
Now, if I am sock conscious too. If I have to go to someone's house, I'll make sure I don't have any whole socks on in case I have to take my shoes off. And
True. You got to think of that.
What do you got, Cal?
All right, normal or nope. If you order a burrito bowl at Chipotle, before you undo the lid, do you shake it all up so it's evenly distributed throughout the bowl and then eat it like
Every single time.
Every time.
My son taught me that trick, because it's all sealed with the aluminum around it. I'm like, that was a great idea.
Yeah.
It's all mixed nice. I mean, we shake the hell out of it.
I've always done that with covered salads, which people make fun of people who shake their salads.
Really?
But I think it's a really smart idea. I like to do it, but I've never done it with a burrito bowl, and I'm going to start doing it.
I don't.
It's great.
But I told you guys I tried the Cantina bowl from Taco Bell the other day, right?
Yeah.
I might start doing this because when they load the Cantina bowl, the lettuce is first, then they put the rice in one corner, the beans in one corner, the cheese in one corner, the chicken in one corner. I'm like, why don't you just put it all together?
Shake that SOB up.
Right. Yeah. All right. I got one. Peeking out the window to see if your neighbors are outside before walking out the front door.
I don't want to admit it. I don't want to admit it. Am I listening?
Do you do it?
That's why you park in the garage. You can get in your car in a closed garage, open the door, and you're already in your car. You don't have time. You're already moving.
You've never wanted to walk out there naked and just grab something out of the yard real quick, so you want to make sure nobody's watching? You just do it?
Are you grabbing out of your yard naked? Naked?
I don't know, sometimes I like to feel the cold breeze.
You are the guy who likes to take a whiz in his backyard, though.
I've done that one
under
time.
cover of night.
One time.
Under cover of night and got caught on the doorbell cam. Yeah.
The security camera. Look, the dogs are peeing and so are you.
Well.
Had to happen. Wow. You check to see if your neighbor. You don't want to have a conversation if you don't want to.
Well, no, it depends. It depends on whether I have time or not. If
Depends
I'm in a
on the
hurry,
neighbor.
well, that too. If I'm in a hurry, though, I'm like, I do. I'm looking. I'm like,
Okay,
I
but the
just
thing
gotta
is,
get in that truck
like
and go.
if we're doing like my neighborhood's so spread out, like you
Right,
don't ever
yeah.
see your neighbors at all. But like in a neighborhood, I'm thinking if I'm doing that, then other people are looking out for me and they're hiding until I leave. You know?
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, I gotta wonder.
Yeah.
They're probably
Yeah.
doing the same thing.
Yeah, they're probably doing the same thing to us. Nobody wants to see us either.
It's like you both walk out and you see each other and you both jump
Go
back
back
inside.
inside.
And then you keep seeing each other peek around the corner.
Exactly. I love it. My ears.
Oh,
It's the Morning Blitz, 8:39.
thought you were a huge fan of Journey.
Whatever gave you that idea?
Anytime that you want me.
I've probably been drunk and sang "Don't Stop Believing" before because that's what everybody else in the bar does.
Right.
But that's about it. It's 8:39. Thick Kelly Lewis.
Man, there has been so much drama coming out of the Rock in Rio festival. It's the big rock festival they have every year in Brazil.
Lay it on me. I love drama.
Well, okay, so it started with Journey. His lead singer came out the other day and offered fans the chance to vote him out of the band.
Who? Vote who out of the band?
The singer.
The singer, okay.
Arnel Pineda, who is the current singer of Journey, posted on his Facebook page, if 1 million fans vote for him to go, he will leave the band. And this comes because they got blasted online over a video of Journey's performance at Rock in Rio when they were doing Don't Stop Believing. And the sound was really bad. I got a clip of it here, and I guess it sounded really bad. But it sounds like he's off. I know you're embarrassed for him, right?
Yeah, he sounds like he's about a half step behind everybody, number one. And then, I mean, a little pitchy dog.
Just a little pitchy. So I guess, people were like just all upset with it. And these weren't even people who were there. These were people who just watched the video that were complaining online. And so,
I mean, that's mean because,
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't have, if the sound's weird, if things aren't working exactly right, you can trip and fall. It's not the lead singer's fault necessarily. Just don't do that.
your band there your tribute band ever had a bad night?
Yeah, once in a while.
Every
Silver
night
Side
is
Up?
a bad night for Silver Side Up. But you know what? You guys keep plugging on.
The singer's on point. Our bassist sometimes, though.
Let's take a poll and see if we should get rid of your bassist.
I mean, there was one night it was like, you want to come up here and play the bass?
Pineda commented, he said, it's really amazing how 1,000 things he's done right will be forgotten because of this one performance.
I
And there's
agree.
some truth to that.
I agree. That is absolutely ridiculous. That one bad performance, and now all of a sudden he's taking a poll as to whether he should leave the band. He must be ready to leave.
Well, now guitarist Neil Schon jumped to his defense and said the headliners at Rock in Rio were to blame. Shared a video from the stage which showed fans at Rock in Rio, and Sean wrote, all this absolute garbage, fabricated bull-ish about Arnel. Does this look like nobody had a good time? I'm asking you. All fabricated, owned, and bought blogs, bull-ish. He's mad, and I understand why, if he's right. And he made another Facebook post where he echoed those thoughts. He said, Arnel, don't listen to these blogs. They are all bought. You kicked ass. And then he went on to add another clip showing Journey taking a bow at the end of the performance and said the headline act had imposed control on his band's sound output.
Who's the headline act?
Avenged Sevenfold.
The Megadeth Thieves? Avenged Sevenfold? Oh.
He said, we found out much later that we got extremely limited by Avenged Sevenfold. That means hardly any sound can get out of the PA to the audience. It's a bullish move. Check out the audience. They loved it. The rest of it's fabricated crap. Again, this is still Neil Sean writing all this. When one person asked if Journey Sound Tech couldn't have resolved the problem, Sean said no. Another fan explained that Headliner's band's sound equipment is locked up and password protected on computers. Asked why Avenged Sevenfold had been the headliner rather than Journey, Sean said simply, that's politics.
Well,
no, okay, come on.
Okay,
no, Sean,
Neil.
Seriously, Neil. Yeah, right.
I mean, wow, that is some good juicy drama, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did Avenged Sevenfold respond yet?
I haven't seen anything yet. So, I don't know. I saw that last night and grabbed it. And
we've talked about this before, but as you age, you really lose your filter, and you just say whatever you think and whatever you want.
No shame.
And you don't care about the repercussions.
Not at all.
I kind of love it.
No shame. Here's the thing. I feel sorry on two things. If you came to see Journey and sat through Avenged Sevenfold, that was probably not your night. By the same token, if you were there to see Avenged Sevenfold and had to sit through Journey, that was probably not your night either.
Right.
Why don't you just have Garth Brooks come out and play while you're at it?
Jeez.
Like a little more opposite of crowds.
Riley says, my man's off key. It happens when you get old. They're still great.
Yeah, and I guess Steve Perry, thank you. I guess all those big notes, just the years just destroyed his vocal cords, and that may be what's happening to Arnell. But again, they're blaming the sound, and they're blaming Avenged. So I don't know for sure.
Everybody's got to blame somebody,
right?
It's the Morning Blitz, 8:49, Thick, Kelly, and Lewis. For some reason, there are classic rockers and heavier rockers that have a lot of beef.
Feuds just keep breaking out. Although I did just read that Dennis DeYoung, the lead singer from Styx, just learned that the Cars hated Styx. He just found that out. He had no idea all these years that the band The Cars hated the band Styx. I just thought that was kind of funny.
I'm sure there's a lot of...
The Cars opened for Styx on their 1981 Rockin' the Paradise tour, and I must have been some drama there, and ever since...
Jealousy, maybe.
Something.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure there's a lot more of this that goes on, just not everybody's vocal about it.
Yeah. Yeah, nowadays, though, it seems like most of the bands are all friends. Maybe it's because of the festival scene. They all meet at the festivals and get to know each other or something.
Right.
I don't know. These two did not play the same festival. You're hearing Peter Frampton right now, who recently had to cancel a show in Richmond, Virginia, and he blamed Megadeth.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. He said that a few days earlier, Megadeth did a sound check there that caused structural damage to the venue.
Oh, that's funny.
And he said when they heard that, Megadeth put out a statement saying that they never even did a sound check because they noticed pre-existing damage to the venue's grid, and they determined that hanging their lights on it could have caused it to crash, injuring the band and or the crew and or the audience. So they pulled the plug and canceled their show, as Frampton was forced to do a few days later.
Okay.
And the statement ended with this quote from Dave Mustaine. It seems Frampton was misinformed about our show being canceled. The decision was purely based on safety. It's disappointing when someone you admire talks out their ass about you.
It does feel like a weird thing to say in public.
Right.
Like, you could maybe check with Megadeth before you, but that's fine. Whatever, he's Peter Frampton. Let's just leave him alone.
He did issue a statement apologizing.
Yeah.
Frampton did.
He's a solid dude.
So he probably heard they were there and canceled and just assumed that it was their fault.
Yeah.
And they didn't even do a sound check. So, but I saw that. I'm like, Kelly's going to love this. Megadeth did nothing wrong.
That's crazy. I just don't understand, why you have bands like that,
Together?
Yeah.
Frampton and Megadeth.
Well, no, they were going to play There were 5 nights apart. They were different shows.
Oh, I thought they were playing together.
Oh,
too.
no.
Yeah,
They had to Megadeth canceled, and then 5 days later, Frampton canceled his for the same reason, but he thought it was Megadeth's fault.
Yeah, I actually don't mind Frampton opening for Megadeth. I think that's pretty cool.
Right, you love both of them. So.
Yeah, I can't get behind. I just don't think there's certain genres that just aren't necessarily, they won't mix on purpose.
Well, yeah, I mean, you think about, we talked about the last beef, Journey playing before Avenged Sevenfold. That's weird.
Right. I mean,
that's really weird.
It just does not, like those bands aren't going to mesh, nor are their crowds.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. Kelly would go see Frampton open for Megadeth.
I would.
In a heartbeut.
Yep.
Yeah, but those are 2 bands that Kelly absolutely loves.
Right.
So the average, I don't know. But I also think the internet keeps beefs more, you can't hide it as well anymore. You know what I mean? If something happened at a concert, only the people at that concert kind of knew about it. There wasn't any way to vocalize anything. You couldn't film it. There wasn't, you know what I mean? You didn't have this instant, oh, wow, the singer had a meltdown. Let's film it and put it online.
Right.
You hide stuff better for the 20, 30 years prior to now.
Oh, can I give you one other music note?
Sure.
It's about Bad Omens.
Sure.
They have they put out this post that freaked their fans out. It's a cryptic. I think it's a tease. They share this muffled message. It ends up saying "goodbye, friend," and that caused their fans to freak out. It's just an 18-second video that they posted on their socials. It doesn't contain any music, but it's like these dark, ominous scenes, and there's a white noise coming out of this television, and then you see this ominous figure. I don't know if it's a creature or something walking down this hospital hallway, and then it goes black, and then you hear the thing at the end. So there's, here's the white noise. There's just this TV in a dark room. Then it's this hospital room, and then here comes this image pushing something, and it goes black, and you hear "Goodbye, friend." Goodbye, friend.
Ooh, that sounds very freaky.
Yeah, so they're all the Bad Omens fans are like, what's going on? They're freaking out. I'm like, this has got to be a tease for new music, probably. I would think, right?
I mean, use a countdown like everybody else.
Oh, they didn't want to do that to you, Kelly.
Yeah, you don't like a countdown.
I don't. But it doesn't make me worry about their lives.
This is true.
Yeah, and some people did speculate it was, it was a way they were going to announce a new era of the band. Others thought they were teasing a hint of new music. One person said, Bad Omen's about to slap us in the face with some new jams. Now others were like sharing hopes of something heavier that was more like earlier material, earlier, heavier Bad Omens.
Yeah, before.
So
interesting. I'll be curious to see if they throw something new out. We'll probably find out in a couple days when they drop something on their website, I would assume, and then it will find its way on the socials, and then it will find its way to us, and everybody will be in the know.
And now, 3 things you need to know before you go.
A former Columbus Zoo executive sentenced to 2 months in jail for his role in the $2 million fraud scandal. 65-year-old Tracy Murnane will also be on probation for 3 years and pay a $5,000 fine. He also has to make restitution to the zoo. Former Chief Financial Officer Greg Bell given 3 years behind bars, while former CEO Tom Staff and Marketing Director Pete Fingerhut will be sentenced next month. 6 whole years after teasing new music, The Cure is finally ready. The new single Alone drops tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. It is the band's first new music in 16 years. I don't know if you're a Cure fan. I know some people hate The Cure. Some people love The Cure.
Yeah, I mean, everybody like that. They were the big 80s alternative band.
Yeah, that's right.
Alternative breakthrough, and I'm good.
Yeah,
I
you're
didn't
good.
ask
You're
for
fine.
new music.
A little goth rock. You've had your fill.
Just Like Heaven's a guilty pleasure. Their song "Burn" from the Crow soundtrack is fantastic.
Yeah, that is a good tune. And they were big ones. Friday, I'm in Love.
Well, they're supposed to drop an album November 1st, so we'll see if that actually happens. But again, we're going to get their brand new single Alone tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
Well, we'll have to see what that sounds like.
Yeah, definitely. What's being billed as Ellen DeGeneres' last special dropped today on Netflix. It's not going over that well with reviewers. Variety calls it a spectacle of ego. Time magazine says Ellen DeGeneres' unfunny Netflix special leaves so much unsaid. Yahoo reviewer calls the special calls it self-indulgent and unfunny. So according to Variety, Ellen really didn't address in this stand-up special or the special, this sort of unceremonious tanking of her talk show because she was apparently really mistreating people on her set. And she really never directly takes any accountability for this. But let me play you just a little piece of the new special.
It's a fickle business. Because they liked me for a long time. I was on a sitcom and I made them laugh and they liked me, and then I told them I was gay and they didn't like me. And then I got a talk show and I gave them TVs and cars and I danced every day and they liked me, and then they heard a rumor I was mean and they didn't like me. So it's been a real test for my ego and my self-esteem, because there's such extremes in this business. There are people who love you and idolize you, and then there are people who hate you, just really loudly hate you. So sometimes I long for my childhood when I just had good old-fashioned neglect.
It's interesting. She really does sort of seem like she has a kind of a chip on her shoulder or something to prove. She goes on to talk about what a complex human she is. She says, I'm kind, sensitive, compassionate, honest, generous, thoughtful, tough, impatient, direct, and strong. And she gets literally a 1-minute standing ovation after this. Like, she is really her own biggest fan in this special. It is kind of the pieces that I saw, and I do sort of have a soft spot for Ellen. I like Ellen. But I don't sort of like this. To me, what was so great about Ellen was she was just so humble and so normal and had just her difficulties, and she was relatable. In this, it just seems like she's really punching back at people who were upset with how she treated her staff on the Ellen show.
I think people were very hard on her. I don't think her being gay I think it has very little to do with it, because she's been accepted as being
nobody
gay
cares anymore
since the mid-90s when she came out. But I do 100% believe that she was mean to people because she was probably protecting her brand, running a very tight ship, and worried about anything going wrong that would affect her brand. And I think when people tend to do that, they don't realize how they treat people until it's too late. So I 100% believe everything that was said about her.
At one point, she was saying, I didn't train to be a boss.
Right.
I was just meant to be a comedian, and I had a talk show and my name was on it, but I didn't want to be the boss. I'm like, well, you were the boss though. So.
Well, and here's the other thing. Anybody who says that they don't have any control over their show is either lying or an awful business person, because if your name is on that show, you've got a say in it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the thing I think that was mainly annoying, and again, I have not watched the whole thing, and I probably will watch the whole thing, but how she says, I was canceled once because, I think, what'd she say? I was mistreated and thrown out of show business. The first time for being gay. The second time because somebody heard a rumor that I was mean. And she said, I'll probably be kicked out a third time for being old. So it was really dismissive of quite a large group of people who have had very negative experiences with her, but also she is defending herself. Right. I don't know. Sure. I don't know, guys.
First time I ever saw her was she was doing stand-up, and it was on one of the HBO Young Comedian specials, like in the early 90s.
Oh, was she The Phone Call with God? Is that her?
No, I didn't see that one.
Okay.
It was just, it was like all these young, they did like 5 minutes. And Rodney Dangerfield was the host.
Oh, wow.
She was hysterical.
Yeah, she's really funny.
Dying laughing. And that was before I knew. It's the first time I ever saw her, didn't know a thing about her.
And just side note, Sonic Temple just announced Chevelle.
Oh, all right.
So that's the latest in the lineup announcement, Chevelle.
That's on top of Alice Cooper?
Yes, Alice Cooper.
Was announced yesterday?
Was announced. Trivium, Hollywood, the other ones we already know. Yep, so Chevelle, that's the latest band to be announced. All right, guys, those are your 3 things.